one of the things we do, if you don't follow us over on Instagram, is we put up post-race weekend polls on our story for everyone to vote on. And
At
the result,
Gridwalk Show, anywhere.
yes,
At
follow
Gridwalk
us.
Show on all forms of social media. Sorry, if you're not going to plug us, I will.
I meant to. Please plug us. But seriously, follow us and then know that either Sunday evening, Monday morning, depending on your time zone, there's going to be race weekend polls up, and we want to hear from you to get your thoughts on how the weekend went. So I thought we would do a quick rundown of our race weekend polls. So I'm first going to say the question and the possible answers, and then Nicole, you have to say what you would have voted for, and then I'll say what the consensus was. So for starters, was Sainz fighting Verstappen for about 15 laps better than you expected? The options were yes, much better, yes, what I expected, and I thought he would do more. Where did you vote for this?
Yes, much better. Immediately I was like, yes, please, thank you, something.
I feel the exact same way, and so did 91% of the people who participated in this poll. The remaining 90% were just less enthusiastic and also said yes. Not a single person expected that much time. All right, question number 2 was, should we stop acting surprised when Albon is in the points now? Because it is becoming more regular than not. The options were, yeah, I was already there. Yes, more points next week. And lastly, I don't know. They're not really feeling it. Where'd you land on this?
I said, yes, I'm already there. I had him as P10 predicted the last 2 weeks, so he's more there than I'm there. But I'm in points.
Well, 25% of the people agreed with you. I feel like I just surpassed that point where I'm now just not going to be surprised because it was 2 back-to-back tracks that were completely different. So I was with 67. Yeah, I was with 67% of the people that said, like, I'm on board now. I'm not going to be surprised when he's in the points. And 8% people are not convinced yet.
That's fair.
So this one was an engine freeze a bad idea? And the possible answers were yes, an Alpine pink, and yes, an Alpine blue. So Nicole, was engine freeze a bad idea?
Yes, an Alpine pink.
73% of the people agree with you. Is the Italian GP the only race Ferrari really cares about all season? The possible answers are duh, likely, of course not, with a voice crack.
I did vote, of course not, with the voice crack, because my answer is yes, but that is just...
Well, 18% of people agreed with you, 45% of people said duh, and 36% say likely. I really think that the answer is duh, but... like, maybe they should focus on some downforce in the future. Did Checo save his seat for 2024? The options were he was never losing it. Yes, no.
No, he did not. No, he did not save his seat.
Well, 33% of the people said he was never losing it. They didn't even think it was a risk. 25% of the people said yes, he saved his seat. And 42% of the people agreed with you and me that no, that didn't save his seat. And
Thank
we'll get
you,
into something
fellow
later.
grid walkers. Thank you very much.
And to the 33% of you who think he was never losing it, it wasn't at risk, please tell us what you were thinking.
I just like to talk, like just like a little, like just for like a minute about all of your decisions. You know?
I just want to hear your thought process. Like, I need to understand your perspective because I feel like everyone has been talking about how there's been some risk there, but
all those votes are Checo.
All right, and the last poll of the Italian GP, was it a good thing that Ferraris let their drivers fight it out on track? The options were yes, but it stressed me out. Yes, and it was awesome. No, pick a driver to favor. Where'd you land on this?
Yes, but it did stress me out.
Well, 77% of the people who voted in this poll agreed with you. They found it very stressful. I was on team yes, and it was awesome at 15%. And 8% are pro team orders. And I'm against those 8%. And that's it. Those were our Italian GP polls. Remember, follow us at Gridwalk Show on Instagram if you want to participate after the Singapore GP.
The Italian Grand Prix was as equally surprising and not surprising. So my podiums for this week are moments that surprised me and did not surprise me. But we're going to start where it's potentially the most exciting, I think, with most surprising moments of the Italian GP to me, in my personal opinion. My podium, not yours. I'm not proud of the
Are there
general
any honorable
public.
mentions or just your
No,
podium?
there are not honorable mentions. I just thought of an honorable mention, but no, it's not.
Say it. No, you got to share it now. Now I need to know. I won't even give the fanfare. No pressure. Like what? But you have to share it now. What's the
Okay.
honorable mention?
Honorable mention. Carlos Sainz potentially being like part bodyguard secret agent and like running after robbers and retrieving a stolen watch post race.
I'll give it the fanfare because it is worth discussing, and I just want to make it very known. Don't do that.
Don't
Now, this is
steal.
the-
Don't just like in general, like or like.
Well,
are
yeah,
you
but also,
advising
if someone-
Carlos not to chase the thieves? Are you advising
Yes.
people not to steal?
Well, I think advising people not to steal is obvious. Like, obviously, don't steal. But why do both Ferrari drivers, when they get a watch stolen, think the best thing to do is to chase after the thief? Like, no. Just,
And I'm sure it's insured. I don't know, but yeah, I
even
just
if it's
suddenly
not,
would,
your
like,
life, a watch. Don't like. This is one of those things where don't listen to like. If you idolize these drivers, that's great, but maybe don't listen to them in this case. Don't do this.
Apple Watch, if you get stolen, I'm letting you go. Bye. Like,
Okay, derail aside. What's your P3?
okay. So, my P3 moment that surprised me of Italian Grand Prix. Ferrari letting their drivers race
Can't
each
believe that's
other,
only P3.
race Max, just in general. They participated and it was not an unbelievable nightmare. It really wow.
Did you see how happy Charles was that he got to participate? He was like, I got to fight people. I got to go racing. And I was like, oh, poor Charles is having a bad year.
Just
He's
and not, like,
excited about just racing.
the bar is so low. It is so low. My P2. Carlos and Charles not crashing into each other.
I agree. That's really surprising. I was so sure it was going to happen.
I had in our prediction competition, I had predicted Ferrari to have the most points of a team that is not Red Bull. And as soon as it was like that last lap, and I was like, not only is Carlos or Charles not going to make it on the podium, but they're both going to smack into each other, and there's going to be a double Ferrari DNF after this entire thing. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then finally, when it all just like settled, and everyone was able to take a breath, and Charles went off track, everything was fine. Everyone was chill and great.
And I had Mercedes, so that would have been great for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had like a lot to root for in the whole time. And then I was just like, it's all about to just go into a dumpster fire. So surprised it didn't.
Always shocking with Ferrari.
And my P1, surprising moment of the Italian Grand Prix weekend. A Ferrari being on the podium. It happened. It really happened. And oh my goodness, of course it happened when he was dressed like a McDonald's employee.
Yeah. I would say equally surprising as well, and I was expecting this to be on your podium. The fact that Ferrari was able to not screw one of their drivers. I think all season, even if they've had a good result, the other driver got completely shafted.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw in that honorable mention because not only did they have someone on the podium, did they get to fight, did they get to have fun. This felt like a magical weekend just because both drivers didn't get totally screwed.
I had as my P2 literally them just being able to finish the race. And I was like, I guess I really want to target the moment that Charles almost made my heart stop completely. So that's where I really leaned into it. And then just, yeah, the overall magical, I don't know what was in the air at Monza, but Ferrari definitely took all of their bets, all their good luck for the weekend, the year, whatever, Monza. They loved Monza. Great Monza.
Post that fun rant, I'm going to tell you the things that I did during this F1 race to keep myself entertained. Because we all know watching for the lead of the race isn't normally what keeps you entertained through an F1 race. So these are the games I played, the things I was following that made the Italian GP so fun for me. P3. Guessing and estimating how much time Max was just saving. Because we know he wasn't going full pace the entire time. So by the time he took the lead, I was having a lot of fun every lap being like, based on speed. And I was doing fun math in my head. Nothing new.
As soon as he passed Carlo, it's like, oh, there's the gap. Look at it. Look at it grow. Oh my God. And then all you can think is, what could he really do if he just full out? Baby will never know.
Right. P2. This wasn't a game so much I was playing, but it was unbelievably exciting to watch Lewis increase the gap to 5 seconds at the end of the race there. And I just had my live timing open, watching the mini sectors go, and I was on my feet screaming. It was actually some of the most fun I've had this entire season, was watching that gap grow beyond 5. And it was really, there were a couple laps there, it was at 4.9, and I was really stressed. It was great. And P1, games I was playing with myself to keep myself entertained during the Italian GP, is seeing how long it would take for my mom to notice that Esteban Ocon DNFed. And if you would like to know the answer to that, it was the next morning. She called me the next morning.
And that's what she realized?
Uh-huh. She was scrolling through social media, called me, and went, oh my gosh, Esteban Ocon DNF'd yesterday? I don't remember that at all. When did that happen? So, yes.
So your mom was part of an unbelievable group of people online that were suddenly like, I still don't know when and how Esteban DNF'd. Like...
And this started because I didn't notice it. I looked down and then I texted you and I was like, wait, Esteban DNF'd? But I think that was like 5 laps-ish later.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like, oh, I wonder when my mom's gonna notice. The answer was the next day. She was scrolling through. She saw like Alpine's post, I think, that said DNF, and she's like, when did that happen?
Incredible. Unbelievable. I've given my podium of my most surprising moments from the Italian Grand Prix, so I obviously have to follow up with the least surprising, or moments that I found not surprising at all, and I completely 100% expected these all to occur. Honorable mention, Ferrari designing really ugly race suits for Monza. I wanted to say it was an improvement from last year, except last year had black fireproofs, and that's it. So I'm not surprised, I'm just disappointed. All right, P3 of not surprising moments of the Italian Grand Prix. Alpine's performance. We were unsure slightly, but kind of anticipated exactly what went down. And, I mean, we just ranted about engine freezing enough. You know exactly what went down with Alpine. So, wasn't that big of a shocker. Still sad for Esty Bestie, though. P2. Not surprising. Italian Grand Prix moment. Max breaking the consecutive race win record. Yes, it's my P2. I did completely anticipate it happening. So you must be wondering, what could possibly be P1? My unbelievable continued grieving for Daniel Ricciardo's injury. It felt the whole weekend. Liam Lawson did a really pretty great job for a full weekend. And then when Yuki didn't even make it through the formation lap, I can't. It just kept getting worse. But it was not a surprise. My heart is broken. And I just keep seeing that no one knows. Who knows? I don't know. I'm sad. But
I'm really impressed that you managed to make a podium of the least surprising things of the weekend, and it wasn't just all Red Bull. So shout out to you. That was a really good podium, and all definitely things that weren't surprising at all. But I think your order is pretty spot on.
Yeah, again, knew Max was going to do it, but I knew I was going to be grieving even more. Yeah, I mean, like,
He could have
the
crashed.
the hope alarm of me, the smooth operator fan of me was like, it's gonna happen.
I mean, the thing is if it was going to happen, I really thought it was going to be because, like, a Ferrari would take him down with them. I didn't think it was because Carlos or Charles was going to win. To be clear, I thought we were going to
Everyone
get, like,
just goes down,
else.
and then it's Checo.
Right. Like, I didn't... Like, there is no hope of a Ferrari winning in my brain, but there was that, like, tiny percent chance that, like, there's a reason this hasn't happened in the history of F1.
It's a Ferrari nightmare, but a miracle of them just stopping Max from winning. Not
I think
actually.
we all would have celebrated that. I think any Tifosi would have been okay with that. Like, I think we all just would have been like, okay. And then Seb gets to keep his record. Like, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
we're not surprised, and Daniel Ricciardo is still not driving. Thank you for listening to this highlight from episode 33 of Gridwalk. Don't forget to like and subscribe for a ton more F1 videos. And you watched this whole video, so why not go watch the rest of the episode? It's right here. You can click right here. Ready? Go with me. Click, 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 click.